Hey guys, Trevor here, and welcome to another episode of my Urban Terror Weapon Guide. Today we will be focusing on the HK G36. So moving right into the damage here, it's a normal assault rifle damage profile. You'll get hit in the head for 100% damage, instant kill, 44% damage in the torso, and 17% damage in the arms and in the legs. Moving on to if you are wearing a Kevlar helmet and a Kevlar vest, you'll get hit in the helmet for 51% damage and hit in the Kevlar vest for 29% damage. The G36 has a fire rate of around 435 rounds per minute and has a 2.5 second reload time. I'm just showing you the different kick or recoil patterns of the G36 because it can only have a silencer though. I'm showing you with it bare, firing it when it's scoped in with a 2x magnification scope, and with a silencer. It's now time to talk about the real life stuff, so I apologize in advance if I mispronounce anything. The HK G36 or Gewehr 36 is an assault rifle designed and manufactured by Heckler & Koch in Germany as a replacement for the G3 battle rifle. It was designed in the early 1990s and started production in 1996. It entered service in 1997 with the German military, the Bundeswehr. Today, it is used in over 20 countries. The G36 has many variants, but the in-game rifle appears to be the G36 assault rifle, and most first-person shooter games that include the G36 depict this model in-game as well. It can either feed from a 30-round detachable box magazine or a 100-round C mag drum magazine, although in-game, like many other games, the G36 has a 30-round detachable box magazine. It uses the standard 5.56 by 45mm NATO cartridge, and its rate of fire is 750 rounds per minute. However, in-game it's much lower than this due to balancing issues. It comes with either a 1x magnification reflex sight or a 3x magnification telescopic sight. However, in-game, like I already said, it has a 2x magnification sight. Okay, so now it's time to talk about the G36 in-game and how I feel all about that stuff. I did this part of the commentary once before, but I ran out of stuff to say and started repeating myself. So, I'm just going to talk about random stuff, or talk about sort of relevant stuff, but not really important stuff right now. Just sort of, waste a little bit of time and you don't even know. But anyways, yeah, a lot of people like the G36, especially a lot of people that are starting out in this game, or, noobs like the G36, and I've heard a lot of people call it the Gay 36, and even I have once in a while when I get really mad at people camping with the G36, because when noobs see it, they're like, oh my god, it's an assault rifle, but I can also scope in and go long range with it, and because of that, people fall in love with it, and they use it all the time. And majority of the time, I don't really mind people using it. However, when you get those people that like to sit in the back of the map or somewhere that's very hidden or something, and they're just scoped in and they're just sitting there waiting to get a kill, that's sort of what bugs me. But then again, I hate all campers, so what are you gonna do about it? I don't really have a preference whether I'm using the G36 silenced or unsilenced, or suppressed or unsuppressed. To me, it's all about the same because, I guess it just depends really what role you're trying to play. If you are trying to stick in the back a little bit and try to be a little bit stealthier, you would want to use the suppressor, the silencer, just so you won't be heard, because you can't really have one-on-one gunfights using this assault rifle and expect to win, because this assault rifle does have a low rate of fire compared to all the other assault rifles, except maybe the AK-103, but the AK-103 makes up for its low rate of fire with its high damage, and they had to balance out this rifle because of the fact that you could scope in with it. That gives you the advantage, so they had to counter that by making the rate of fire a little bit slower, which is why in real life it is much faster. I sometimes do like to scope in with this assault rifle when I am going for long range kills, and when I was getting this gameplay and stuff, I was just playing it like I'm being a sniper, so I just use it like a sniper rifle, where I would just tap it and tap people a few times to get those kills. I do sometimes use it in burst fire mode, just because of the fact that when I'm using it and then when I'm going long range, I want to burst it without having to actually tap my mouse to burst it, because I want to keep that accuracy. However, semi-automatic sort of works, but not really, because then I just find myself sort of just tapping it really fast, trying to make the semi-automatic almost into automatic fire. So that doesn't really work out for me. However, sometimes, bursting, or you can just use, I just sometimes, a lot of the time actually, just use automatic and just burst it myself. because really there's no problem with that, and I can do that quite fine. I think the correct way to use this assault rifle is in a defensive role. Because of its low rate of fire, you can't really be on the offensive all the time and super aggressive, because, you know, it's low rate of fire and you won't be able to compete with other people's assault rifles. Most likely it's probably going to be the LR300 or the M4, and those assault rifles have a rate of fire much higher than the G36, so it doesn't compete in that way. You want to use it in a defensive way, sort of staying back and utilizing the scope, or just sort of not camping an objective but just holding it down, sort of just try and catch people off guard in order to compensate for that low rate of fire. I think for me, I do use it aggressively, and that's the problem, because, you know, that's how I play, that's how you're supposed to get gameplays for it or whatever. I do use it aggressively, and that is to my detriment. It is detrimental to me because of the fact that it won't hold up, so I just really have to do this. Try to catch people off guard, I don't know, take last hit people, just anything to get kills. But I do think that if you are a good marksman, or you have trained with this weapon, or you use it like in competitive gaming, then I guess that's fine, and I guess you'll be able to use it quite well, you know, head glitching and just all that stuff. Head glitching or from long distances and doing stuff like that, it will give you quite a significant advantage, just because of the fact that you can have a 2x magnification, scope in, and see what's going on. But, you know, in the end, I don't really like to use it, and that's just my preference. I don't use it, and I consider it a newbie gun, even though I know that a lot of people that use it aren't noobs, but, you know, probably just as many people that use it are noobs. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did like this video. I hope it was a little bit interesting, at least. I tried not to ramble on as much this time, although I have a feeling that I probably did just a little bit. But yeah, so I will let myself get this final kill that I'm chasing this guy down and I fully deserve. It was a flawless, and I will see you guys later.